Hey everyone! Today was supposed to be a follow me around the craft store and a haul video of the things that I purchased, but I totally wimped out. I did not feel confident enough to video. I tried it, I took my camera and I turned it on at one point, but I was almost hiding it. I felt everyone was watching me and I thought, no, I can't do it. So I wimped out of that part of it, but I will get on and do the haul part of the video so you can see what I did purchase. So this is the little selection of things that I purchased. I'm going to work my way through them and tell you my reasons for purchasing each piece. The first thing we'll start with are a set of watercolours. And the reason I purchased these is because my original watercolours I have had since I was a teenager, and when I was using them recently I found that there were some inconsistencies with the way that they reacted with the water, and some of them were a little bit grainy, so I'm not sure if they've gone off or what, but I thought let's get some new ones. And the ones I've currently got are pan watercolours, and these are actually tubes because I thought we'll see what the difference is. These were only $3.59, so it really can't hurt to try them. And I understand that the tubes can be a little bit more pigmented. The other reason for getting a new set of watercolours is the selection of colours. My current set, I think, only has 10 colours. Now there's 18 in here, so it'll give me a little bit more choice when I'm working with them. And the other thing is I didn't have a white, and I wanted to tone down some of the colours from my other set, and I didn't have a white, so I'm going to have a play, see what these work out like. Let's open them up. It's always quite satisfying to open up new supplies. So they come with a couple of brushes. It's always handy to have extra brushes, so those should work quite nicely. And there's the selection of colours, so you can see it's going to be a little bit of experimenting and seeing what they turn out like, so that might be a future video. Next thing on my list was a new paint palette. It's only 39p, it's really quite cheap, but I wanted a paint palette where I had the mixing surface in the paint palette and I wasn't having to mix on other surfaces, so I've just got that one. Then we'll go with this one next. I got myself a new cutting mat. When I'm doing my resin work, let's open this up. When I do my resin work, I like to have a smooth surface, and I thought if I do it onto this, then that will help because my table isn't the smoothest at all times. So I thought I'll get a new one of these because all my others are quite dented and chipped, and yeah. So I found one of these. This was only £2.09. Again, can't go wrong, and it makes it a bit of a disposable thing if it does get damaged. The next thing on my list of purchases were some new paintbrushes, and let's do that. So I got some new paintbrushes, and they are some sizes that I already have, but they've become damaged, so these will be replacements. Others are because I like to not waste the paint, so I'd rather have a couple of extra brushes and just keep one brush for red, one brush for blue, one brush for green, so that I'm not having to rinse them out all the time, diluting the colours and wasting paint. So I've got myself some new ones. These were only 99p each. This is probably the most expensive per item that I've paid. But I've got a nice selection of sizes, points, and they should do the job nicely. These ones are Royal Soft Grip SG 250s, and I've got them in a range of sizes. So I like these ones because, as they say, they are a soft grip brush, and it just makes it more pleasant to use when painting. The last thing on my list of purchases is this watercolor pad. It is A4 and it is £200 thickness, And I wanted to get something that was heavier because the previous pieces of work that I did with the butterflies, I did on, I think it was £140, and the paper did warp slightly. You might have seen it when I was scanning the pieces. I was having to press the scanner down because it had warped. So I'm going to try some thicker paper so that when I scan the images in future, I'm not having to distort them in any way. They should lie flat. So this is a pad of 12 sheets, £200 or 425 GM, and it was only £6.99. It had 25% off, so it's a decent pad of paper, and I'll be able to practice on that without worrying that it cost me too much. Maybe in the future I will be brave enough and take my camera with me when I go to one of my other craft stores that I frequent. But I chickened out this time. So I will be back again on Friday with my weekly how-to video.